Hello, welcome to this class of complex number. Now, to understand complex number, first we have to understand some basic principle like the real part and the imaginary part. So, it can be better understood if we go to urban plane, or you can say if we start with some geometrical interpretation of complex number, then we can understand it better. So suppose my hand is a mirror. So this is its reflecting surface. This one is the reflecting surface and this side is silvered surface. So this is the reflecting surface. And this hand, this is also a mirror. This is its reflecting surface and this side is silvered. Now, so I have two mirrors. So these two are reflecting surface towards you. Now if I join the mirror like this, so in this side there will be reflecting surface and on this side also there will be another reflecting surface. Now if we place the mirror like this, so if we place these two mirrors like this, then this will form the real plane. So this is the real plane of a complex number in Argand diagram. So the real plane is nothing but two mirrors which are attached like this, when this is a reflecting surface and this is another reflecting surface. That means the top side, if you see from top side, then you can see the reflection of this point here, and if you see from bottom, then you can see the reflection of this point here. So suppose this is there is a point x comma y in real plane. So if we plot it in Argand diagram, so we take this is the real axis. So this much is x, this much is y. So this point is x comma y. So we represent it as z is equal to x plus iy. So its mirror image will be vertically downward. So this point will be x comma minus y. So this is actually conjugate. This is called complex conjugate of a number, which is the mirror image of this number. So if this is z, this is z bar, this is x minus iy. Just the sign between these two changes. Similarly, if we draw a point here, so suppose this point will be, this will be minus x comma y. So this will be minus x comma y, or this point can be represented as a complex number, z is equal to minus x plus iy. So its mirror image will be vertically downward. So this will be conjugate of, suppose this is z1, so this will be z1 conjugate. So this point will be eventually minus x minus y, which is the conjugate of this number. That means this plus sign in between is changing to minus sign. So it will be minus x minus iy. So this is the relation. If this is x comma y, this will be x comma minus y. So this is the conjugate of this number. Similarly, z1 is a point in third quadrant and its conjugate is z1 bar, which is minus x comma minus iy. So similarly we can say if we take a point here, so its image will be on the other side. So this is the first representation of complex number. Now we have to see that how this complex number is generated basically, and what is the requirement of this complex number. Why this complex number is generated? What is the reason behind this? Now to understand this, first we have to know some series which are very important for competitive exam and also for all India level examination or any other plus 2 level classes, which are a series of, first of all, the series of cos theta. So cos theta has a series like this: 1 minus theta square by 2 plus theta to the power 4 by 4 minus theta to the power 6 by 6. All these are factorial, plus up to infinity. So these are infinite series. So this is the series of cos theta, and the series of sin theta is like this: sin theta is equal to theta minus theta cube by 3 factorial plus theta to the power 5 by 5 factorial minus theta to the power 7 by 7 factorial plus, so in this way up to infinity. These two are infinite series. And similarly, if we go to the series of e to the power theta, then it will be the series of 1 plus theta by factorial 1 plus theta square by factorial 2 plus theta cube by factorial 3. So you can write factorial in this form also, 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial. So this is also an infinite series up to infinity. So first of all, we should see these three series. One is the series of cos theta, which is 1 minus theta square by factorial 2 plus theta to the power 4 by factorial 4 minus theta to the power 6 by factorial 6. So it is progressing like this up to infinity. Sin theta starting from theta, then minus plus alternating, an odd number taking, and on the denominator factorial of that odd number. But e to the power theta is such a series which is 1 plus theta by factorial 1 plus theta square by factorial 2. So it is going in series from 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Now if we put I in place of here in e to the power I theta, if we make this e to the power I theta, then let us watch what we are getting. So if we put e to the power I theta, then the series will be similar. This will be similar to that of your, just as we seen in case of theta, but here an I will be included. So the formula will be 1 plus I theta by factorial 1 plus I theta whole square by 2 factorial plus I theta whole cube by 3 factorial plus up to infinity. So now what the result it will give e to the power I theta is equal to 1. Now let us take at first the real part of this. So it will be I square theta by factorial 2. So I square, the value of I square is minus 1, that we know from very basic, that I square, the value of I square is minus 1. So this will be minus theta square by 2 factorial, again plus theta to the power 4 by 4 factorial plus up to infinity plus I into, then you are taking the imaginary part of this, then you will get theta by factorial 1. So we are not writing factorial 1. So I theta, then it will be minus theta cube by 3 factorial plus theta to the power 5 by 5 factorial minus, so in this way up to infinity. So you can see if we take e to the power I theta, then we are getting this series. So this is the series of cos theta and this is the series of sin theta basically. So we can write e to the power I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. So this is an important formula which can be used in many geometric form and for many purposes it can be used. So this is called Euclidean form. So this Euclidean form can be used in many purposes. Now if you take e to the power minus I theta, then the result can be similarly put that the result will come cos theta minus I sin theta. So these two are very important result for the beginners. So this is very important to find some de Moivre's theorem or any other thing, to prove some de Moivre's theorem and to calculate some other purposes. You can see later on. Okay, this is very important formula. So In my next class I will deliver that how first of all we have to approach through geometrical representation of complex number, because this is the right way to understand complex number. So you just follow my next class.